Christmas time is here. I'm gonna want a break. Thank God. I actually haven't recorded in a while. You probably haven't noticed though, because I did have some pre-recorded videos that I dropped. But I am finally here to talk about the final Gambit, the third book in the Inheritance Games series. Before we get to it, let's discuss the elephant in the room. How fly are my nails? Like, can you even tell? They're tortoise shell, and then this nail is like tortoise shell and a French tip. So it's my thumb. Like, epic. Anyway, if you're in the Baltimore area, I'll leave my nail tech information below. But the final Gambit. Okay, so I love these books. I love the premise of these books. I love everything about the original concept of these books. Okay, so there are 3 books in the series. The first one is The Inheritance Games. The second one is The Hawthorne Legacy. And then this final one is called The Final Gambit. Okay, so the basis of the story is that there's this girl named Avery who is unexpectedly left $1 billion fortune, and she is not related to the person who left her the fortune. He clearly likes to play games. He basically left essentially nothing to his family. I mean, he would have left something to us because we are normal people. So like he left them like 2,500,000 or whatever, but he's a multi-billionaire. So to them, they felt like he left them nothing. But it's like a young adult series, right? So she's like 17 turning 18, and she's going through the motions with the boys in this family. They're 4 boys, naturally. So she's going through the motions with this family to figure out puzzles that the man has left her. If you haven't looked into the series at all, that is a synopsis of the story. They're trying to figure out why she was left the money and a whole bunch of other things. She develops relationships with the boys, obviously. And that is as much as I can tell you without giving any spoilers. Now, here come the spoilers, because I have some thoughts about the final Gambit, and here they come. First of all, if you make a book with a red cover, honey, I'm going to put the red cover on the screen. If you make a book with a red cover, I'm expecting it to be fire, flames. Like, if you look at the cover of that book, you immediately think you about to be on fire. My cup says Bordy Vineyards. It's a Maryland wine. Sponsor me, maybe. But this, out of the 3 books, I felt this was the most disappointing. And let me be clear. This was the most disappointing. It wasn't complete, utter garbage. But to me, it was the most disappointing, and it was not like, it left me with like a meh, feeling on the ending. I was like, okay, sure, you wrapped it up, you wrapped things up, but I didn't have any strong good feelings or strong bad feelings, which it kind of reminded me, if you've ever seen the TV show The Good Place, it kind of reminded me of the ending to The Good Place, where it was like, that's how y'all chose to end this. That's how I felt about this. I was like, okay. And okay, so here's where the spoilers come. So log out, girl. But I grew so tired of the will they, won't they love story between Avery and Jameson, and then Avery and Grayson. Like, it took up, I would argue, 90% of the book. And it got to a point where I got maybe 40% through the book, and I was like, am I gonna finish this? Like, it was about to be on my do not finish list because I was struggling there for a minute. Like, I was concerned. I was like, how much of this? And then, so like, character development wise, I feel like she really did Grayson's character dirty. Like, he was so, I mean, maybe that was the point. Like, he was strong in all the other books and this was his time to fall apart, whatever. But like, you've presented this super put together, super strong character for the first 2 books. I'm not buying that he was gullible enough to fall for all Eve's tricks. Like, even the other kids are like, oh, well, this is suspicious, Grayson, this is whatever. Like, I refuse to believe that he was that, like, the way you presented his character, right? I refuse to believe that it was unbelievable to me that he was that love-struck over Eve that his common sense just went out the door. What did you guys think about that? I was like, come on now. Like, not Grayson. And it's like, so she does end up with Jameson, which saw that coming, honey. But I kind of ended the series feeling bad for Grayson. Like, where was his resolution? There was no, oh, he went back to Harvard or whatever Ivy League school he was in. Like, that just didn't happen. And it was aggravating. Like, there was no happy ending for him. Like, what? Nor was there a happy ending for Toby. You're telling me Toby was like, okay, I'm gonna stay with this wretched girl because she's my flesh and blood. I mean, maybe. But I felt like his ending sucked. Why was Toby's ending such trash? Toby's ending was trash. Grayson's ending was trash. And the only person who had a happy ending was frickin' Avery or Jameson. Tell me I'm wrong. And it's like the book didn't get to the the puzzle aspect, or what I consider to be the main plot, right? It didn't get to the puzzle aspect of figuring things out, basically into the end of the book, which was, that wasn't flying with me, honey. Like, and then when they finally did get to the ending and they're starting to piece things together and Eve reveals herself, because who didn't see that coming? Eve reveals herself and they're going to rescue Toby and Grayson and all that other jazz at the end. What they decided on doing, I felt like, was also anticlimactic. And then also, if this man really had this huge beef with Tobias, and Tobias is like, oh, he's gonna go based off his word. His word is good enough and square and fair and blah, 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 blah. That just doesn't make any sense. You're telling me that this man hates women, essentially. This 17-year-old, just turned 18-year-old girl shows up to his house, beats him in a game of chess. And he's like, beef squashed. Oh, you weren't buying that either? Okay, great. As far as the other parts of the ending of her giving away the billions, no. Shut that down. Yeah, I wish they would have dove deeper into Xander's family situation with his dad. And I wish they would have given resolution to, oh my gosh, what is her name? Thea's girlfriend. Why am I blanking on her name? Alice? No. Thea's girlfriend, the scared girl whose mother didn't love her. I wish she could have gotten a happy ending. Yeah. Lots of non-resolutions for characters, especially considering their storylines got more interesting than Avery's will I or won't I with Jameson and Grayson anyway. So I will say it was not the final Gambit was not the best book in the series, and it was kind of a ending to the series. I would give it a C+. Yeah, I'd give it a C+. So that's my thoughts on the final Gambit. I have a lot of other videos. Look at me showing off the nails. I have a lot of other videos that you can check out if you want to. I'll have some on the screen, probably here and here. Yeah, tell me what you thought, because maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm missing some nuanced, whatever the frick, message that I didn't get, but I don't think I liked it. The end. Like and subscribe.